This is a Jameson pole saw. I use the saw part of it quite a bit. I don't use this little pruning thing that much. It's kind of small, it's really sharp, and it does work. I would warn you though that it doesn't cut very well with a lot of poles extended. So the shorter the pole length, and I think this one has a total of 3 6-foot sections, which makes 18 feet. So if you're up there a ways, it's harder to get leverage for this little nipper pruner thingy. I like the chain drive, that's really awesome. But since I use the saw more, the rope gets in the way. I mean, it just dangles, and it's a real hassle. So what I have done since I used the saw more is wrapped the rope real tightly around this top pole, which I never disengage. I store it like this. I don't want to take this apart. Obviously, I don't want to tie that knot. And so I wrap it real tight, and I just secure it to the pole with this blue tape, and therefore it just stays out of the way all the time. It's never flopping around and in the way. And I honestly think that the length of this rope, if you consider the poles together are 18 feet, this rope just goes way, way out there. If you have one of these, you know what I'm talking about. And if you only have 2 sections in, or 1 section, then the rope is even more in the way. So think about just wrapping it real tight like this and just securing it with blue tape. I love this pole saw, by the way. It's so much better than the Fiskars that I had. It really does the job for me. When I bought it, I noticed there were some reviews that complained about the wobbliness of the blade. And it is wobbly, but I like that because it cuts so well that once you get the teeth started, it starts cutting, and you can use the flexibility of the blade to get into certain angles that maybe a thicker, stiffer blade wouldn't allow you to. So anyway, if you're looking for a real thick, stiff blade, this isn't it. But the reason that I bought this Jameson is I was out in the woods, and I was out there, and there were some tree trimmers working on the power lines. And I noticed that they had this pole, and it was hanging way out there. They had a boom truck and this saw, and I asked them what it was, and I wrote it down in my truck, and when I came home I ordered one of these. These are, I think I paid with tax $220 or $230. It's not that much more than that. But this one does come with this little pruner, and it does work, but it says a 1-inch capacity. Once you fill up this little notch right here, it's a tough pull. Even with only 1 section, it's depending on the tree, I guess. If you're cutting something real soft, I guess it would work. But you know, 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch, just a little tiny stuff. Other than that, you're just going to want to use this saw and cut it off. But anyway, keep that rope out of your hair, so to speak, by just twisting it around here real tight. And this blue tape is miraculous. It just always holds on here. And if I ever have to take it off and use it for the pruner, then I do, and I just rewrap it and put some more tape on. That easy.